Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. We're going to do some jumping, some running, some gymnastics, some more jumping, some pulling. So a lot of stuff to do today, but it is not intended to be pain cave. It's not intended to be incredibly high intensity, but you absolutely will get some metabolic effect out of this, and it falls in line with the rest of the stuff we're doing this week, which is kind of tapering down into a little bit of recovery so that next week's max outs are really, really good, okay? So let us begin with 2 rounds through. We're just gonna start off with some basic shuttle runs, back and forth, go 4 times or down and back twice, right? And then we're gonna do 1 rep of high knees, 1 rep of high heels. Then we're gonna do high knee bunny hops, right? So bunny hop with a high knee, right, like that. Just bounding, or just kind of jumping in place, but try to pull your knees away from the ground. It's kind of like a frog hop, but just keep your knees closer together on that one. And then we're gonna do 5 reps of a single leg hop on the right, 5 reps of a single leg hop on the left. And I'm kind of demoing a medium version of these. You can absolutely go more extreme with them. Anytime we do explosive stuff or foot-based stuff in a warm-up like this, especially if you're cold and it's in the morning, work progressively into it. Don't go full blast on the bounding and the explosive stuff right out of the gate. Get the tissue prepped properly first before you do that. And then the next one is 8 reps of a progressive bounding. So this one, I'm gonna try to cover some ground, and I'm gonna try to be reactive to the ground, right? So a bound is where I strike the ground and I go as far as I can in 1 hop and then immediately into the next hop. So my arms have to recycle every time, right? So it's jump, 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 right? And ideally we're getting as far as you can in 8 reps. You won't get the full length of the room, and then jog to the finish, okay? And that is our initial warm-up sequence. The second one is slow it down just a little bit for some joint work. So we're gonna do 20 reps of this straight band pull apart. Then we're gonna do 8 reps of a curl up. The curl up, I wanna start with my knees bent at 90, feet flat on the ground, and my hands are gonna be underneath the small of my back, right? So that means it's creating an artificial arch in my spine, an extension in my spine. And then I'm gonna pull up from my sternum, squeeze until I get back to neutral, and then back to the ground, right? Kind of like something is pulling me from the sternum up. My neck or my chin should stay aligned the whole time. Make sure you're not reaching with your neck or doing like a crunch with your neck. It is a curl of the spine, or like extending your spine, or going from extension to the neutral position, okay? And then the last one is just gonna be a 30-second monkey hang plus some kips. So hang from the bar, static for 30 seconds, and then finish with 5 reps of that kip, okay? When we get into the workout, it's gonna be 2 EMOM components, and they are separate. I want there to be a little gap between them because we're gonna need some setup in them. But once you get into it, make sure that you stick with the time domain on each of those items, right? And I would say like the pitfalls of a workout like this are that like I try to skin the cat and I can't get it, but I'm really close and I just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And by the time I get my first rep, like 6 minutes has gone by and I've totally blown up my interval. I'm not doing my other exercises. So what you have to wrap your brain around is trying, not getting it, and moving on, right? And that is okay. That still counts towards your practice time. It still counts towards getting better at the skill, even if you did not achieve the skill on that 1 attempt, right? And also what that allows is for you get training on the other things, and the coaches can help to move around the room and spend time with everybody doing it, okay? So get that in your brain of like, I'm going to stick to the schedule, I'm going to stick to the clock, and if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm gonna work at an appropriate level for my ability or my fear of going upside down, etc. Okay? All right, so it's gonna be on the rings, skin the cat or ring rows is your choice, okay? Skin the cat is the more aggressive or more difficult gymnastic skill, and it can be done in a couple ways. I'll show the easy way first, and that is like walking forward with the rings behind me, and I'm just kind of hanging off my arms. My palms are facing up, and I walk backwards until I'm just about underneath where the rings are, right? And in this position, I want to make sure my knees are as close to my face as possible. If my knees are way out stretched like this, I will not be able to flip over. If my knees are close to me, then it basically tumbles me into a somersault like that. And I didn't do much work I just let gravity pull me over, right? The more challenging version is starting with your feet on the floor like this, pulling yourself up to that vertical position, and then flipping over, touching your toes, and then back again, okay? But any way you slice it, you gotta be done in a minute, okay? And I just probably spent a minute on demoing 1.5 reps there, all right? So make sure you know what you're gonna do, you practice it a little bit, and you're gonna move into it. Even if you get 1 rep in that time, or 1 attempt in that time, then move on. Ring rows is the next option. If you're like, absolutely not, I'm not going upside down, I veto this movement, you're always at liberty to do that, okay? Next one is 8 to 12 kips, working on getting progressively bigger with your kips, right? So more than just like the little basic warm-up rocking rolling like this, but trying to really get big and push the bar down, right? And get your hips up towards the bar when you do that kip. That is a really big muscle up and chest to bar pull up skill that you can work on, or strength that you can work on. The last one is just a plain old muscle movement, right? Bent over barbell row. So we got our barbell set up. We're rowing from the ground to your chest, trying not to let my shoulders elevate or my legs push in and out at all. It is just my arms and my shoulders pulling that bar to my chest for 10 reps at a medium weight, okay? So we'll get through that sequence 4 times in 12 minutes, and then we can put the bars away. We will still need a couple things to play with on the next part, because you'll have some getting out of the pool. So that's practicing that bar muscle up movement, or the actual bar muscle up. You'll need your jump rope, and you will need a place to do some version of a handstand-ish item, right? And this one's gonna be a little bit longer. It's gonna be 20 minutes long. We're gonna rotate through each sequence 5 times, and you're gonna have a minute of rest built into it as well. So this is the one where I would expect you to get a little more tired because we're doing more reps, but we're working approximately 30, resting approximately 30, okay? So when we say go, you'll need to have those 3 things set up, and you'll start with jump rope, right? So if you can practice double unders for 30 seconds, that's great. If you do like a mishmash of like maybe 15 seconds of double unders and then 15 seconds of singles, that's fine too, but try to stay in motion for the full 30 seconds and then rest and switch for 30 seconds. The next one is getting out of the pool or bar muscle ups. And again, working for 30 seconds, resting for 30 seconds, or to the numbers that I have written. So 8, getting out of the pool, which is this motion. I'm just gonna sit down until my arms are straight, mimicking the hanging position, and then using my legs and arms at the same time. I'm propping myself on the belly and then extending my arms to the top, or I'm doing the full bar muscle up for 5 reps, all right? Or 30 seconds, right? The last one is a handstand. So if you wanna do it against the wall, if you wanna do it out in the open floor, however you wanna do this is totally fine, right? But again, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and we're going through that whole sequence 5 times, okay? That's it for today. Hope you have fun with this one. It should be like a playground type environment today. Don't take it too seriously, but do try to get a lot of good work in and work at an appropriate level for you, okay? That's it. Have a great one.